Shubor nakaslem jong unongsan Hima.
Ka Tnad Arts and Culture ka jela kan sa Pynlong ya ka program Janjatiya Gaurav Diwas haki ars ngilenter ka ban sedang nado ka khat santrik unhaiweng arajar arpulai hakaban yasno aktilang da baro ka wai ka ri hakaban rakhi bat Kynmaw Burom ni ka jingno senyang bapher jong ki reu yale Laitluid ki badai ki reu lom bat kum juru ban batai khanjat khansot shapang ki khusnam ki balayo haka jingai lenti jong ki pat reu lom haba kren jigilat patai khubor kala sngi ublei uba Frederick Roy khar kongor ula ong ba haka teka sngi sedang an play ka teka program da ka jingai pat ba kaba an Pynneh lama da chief secretary ka jilla bat kaban sedang na khandai lat bat kaban kut pan hu social tham auditorium ha kaba menteri ka Tnad Arts and Culture uba Paul Lingdo unlong ukongsan katba chief executive member ka KHADC uba penya sings im unlong kumusembut kongsan shosho ha ka teka sngi kan sadon ru ka jingken mau Burom ni ki laingut ki reu yale Laitluid jong ka jilla da ka babu senteu ha umot dur jong ki ubadan social tham auditorium ha ka teka sngi kan sadon ru ki jingade ye ki jingbam ki jingdi ki bala shat tenrai ki jing shat bat ki jing tam jing pot tenrai bat shosho haga teka sngi kan sadan ru ki jing itho bat ki jingai jing erap ye ki hinreo tuli ki shnong ki ba Pynneh pensa ye ki katto kat ni tuli ki jing shna ki ba compare uba khat kongor ula ong ba haga sngi ka ba arpat haga jing ya trailang bat ka Sankardev College kan sadon ka Meghalaya dance bat ka jing shat tenrai jo ki katto kat ni ki jing shat ki ba amju kham ye issue ha ki por ki ba menta uba Frederick Roy khar kongor ula pentep ru baka Tnad Arts and Culture kan sa Pynlong biangnya ya ka Try Hills Ensemble ka baar haki ars ngilenter kaban sa long haka arpu sabat arpu santrik unaiweng arajar arpulai kaban long kum shibenta ban penim bat ruban Pynneh pensa ya ka riti ka dostur ki jingshat tenrai ki jat jingshat tenrai ki jingrwai tenrai jo ki khasi ki jantia bat ki garo kaban sa Pynlong hapo usus sutham auditorium ha ka ba menteri rangba ka jella ukonrat sangma unlong kumukongsan katba menteri ka Tnad Arts and Culture uba Paul Lingdo unlong kumusembut kongsan.
This is just to share with you that in the coming few days, in fact on the 15th, our state will be joining hands with the rest of the country in celebrating and also in observing the Janjatiya Gaurav Diwas, which is the basically it's a week-long program which is organized all over India to celebrate and to honor the various contributions of the tribal freedom fighters and also to highlight the various achievements of the tribal community. So one area where the tribal community is very vibrant is in the field of arts and culture, crafts, cuisine, as well as culture. And towards this end, we will be having an inaugural program on the 15th, which will kick off this whole Janjatiya Gaurav Diwas celebrations. And it will start with the flagging off of the cultural procession as well as tableaus by the Chief Secretary from the Assembly premises at the Police Bazaar at Kynmaw area, and this will culminate at the State Central Library, where the Minister in charge of Arts and Culture, Shri Paul Lingdo, will be the chief guest, and the CEM, the Chief Executive Member of the KHDC, Shri Pynlong will be the guest of honor, and we'll have a brief function where we'll lay floral tributes to the three brave hearts and the life-size statue. After that, there'll be a walkthrough of a live museum, Khasi Jantia as well as Garo. Kitchens and herbs will be displayed there because, as we know, that the tribal kitchen is very important in the overall lifestyle of the tribal community. Then after that, the program will go on to. Then at the same time, we will also have the Vikshit Bharat. This will also be a program where the entire government machinery. All the states of the country will be launching what is known as the Vikshit Bharat, or Progress India, and various departments like community rural development and social welfare, health will be having stalls as well as programs for greater outreach of the various government schemes, especially these beneficiary oriented schemes like the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana and various other schemes under social welfare and so on and so forth. In the program as such, in the main program, there will be in the as regards the program which will kick off, we will be having a showcase of various traditional cultural items ranging from dances which have never been showcased before. There will also be a special musical presentation on our braveheart Utirot Singh, as well as the winners of those traditional inter-school competitions will also be felicitated. Some VECs and these village employment committees as well as self-help groups which have done well will also be felicitated. And one very interesting program is that 6 more additional arts and craft villages will be recognized. Last year at the first Tri-Hills Festival, we had in fact selected 6 villages and we had branded them as arts and culture villages, comprising of villages like Larnai, which is known for black clay pottery, and we had villages like this Amindagari, which is known as the woodcraft, which is known for its woodcraft, and there were several other villages which were also recognized. So this year also we are continuing with that, and 6 additional villages will be announced on the at this inaugural program, where we will seek to support them as well as give them a kind of visibility as well as branding in recognition of the unique crafts. So some of the villages like Nongïaleh, which is very famous for its metallurgy, arts and craft, for this bow and arrow, skills, and there will be other 5 villages which will also be announced on that occasion. So on the next day, we will have, in collaboration with the Shankardev College, there will be a mega dance, traditional dance exhibitions of dances which have not been usually seen in public platforms. We are all familiar with the dominant cultural dances. We know what is the Wangala, and we know what is the Shat Sukbansem, the Shat Nongkrem, and also the dances of the Janjatiya, but there will be some very different as well as unique dances which will also be showcased on the 16th. This program is being done in coordination with the Shankardev College, and the main marquee event I'll come to is called the Tri-Hills Ensemble 2. So last year we had the Tri-Hills Ensemble 1. Why we're calling it Tri-Hills basically is to represent the 3 hills of Khasi Janjatiya as well as Garo, and Tri also plays on the word tribal, so it's called Tri-Hills. So this is the Tri-Hills Ensemble 2. So last year we had started it with the support of the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. This year again we are having it, and it will be one of the key one of the key festivals of the Arts and Culture department. We know that tourism department has got cherry blossom, but from arts and culture point of view, we are planning to make Tri-Hills into an annual affair. It started off last year, and this is the 2nd edition. So this particular festival is basically anchored on 2 themes. One is rooted in nature and connected to culture, and basically it aims to showcase on craft, cuisine as well as culture of the 3 hills, and it is an endeavor to sort of connect with the past and to bridge between the modern generation and the previous generation, to reawaken and to revive, as well as to educate and as well as to celebrate our local culture. So there is a feeling, of course, many a time that the legacy of the past is a whispered legacy, but we hope that this 2-day festival will it will unearth, it will unfold many hidden dances and songs which were only confined to the villages so far, but now we are bringing them onto the state capital so that we give more exposure and more focus and more spotlight on these hidden dances, hidden songs. In this festival, the Honorable Chief Minister will be the chief guest, and our Arts and Culture Minister will be the guest of honor. And it will be a 2-day event on 24th and on the 25th. And as I just mentioned, the main endeavor is to bring to the fore all the hidden gems of our state in terms of folk dances, folklore, folk songs, games, dresses, cuisine, food, and also handicraft practices. In fact, Nambi Marak, who's doing very well as the tribal chef, will also be there for this program, and hopefully, inspire a love for our own indigenous cuisine. And also, basically, we want to highlight areas and things which were not really in the focus all the time, and we want to make it truly authentic as well as indigenous. Apart from that, there are a lot of very interesting dances and artistic showcases which were only restricted to the villages, as I said in the beginning, and which we hope to bring to the fore. For example, some very unique dances like Cry of Wakhen, then also there's Jagulo of Ribhoi, plus some other very interesting performances as well as songs and folklore from the Garo Hills will also be showcased. So basically, and we also have another 5 or 6 villages which will be branded as arts and craft villages, which in continuation to the villages that we selected last year. We are also bringing to the fore, for example, Nongïaleh, which is known for traditional metal craft, and they're very skilled in the age-old craft of making bows and arrows as well as metal and feathers, and also it's known for its locks, which are very unique and priceless. So Nongïaleh is very known for its traditional metal craft. Then Musto, of course, for its for the Kynmaw embroidery. In the Department of Textiles, we are already branded the Silk Village, which is known as the Umden Silk Village. So from arts and culture also, we are planning to give visibility to these villages which are keeping our heritage alive, which are keeping our traditions and our heritage alive. So Musto is the other village. Then Nongïaleh, which is the heartbeat of Janjatiya culture, with the unique dances like the Nau Sakriyat, and also is the center of the traditional religions and very vibrant Bedingklam, as well as many interesting cultural practices are there. So we want culture to be seen, to be visible, to be felt. We want the entire festival to be a kind of an immersive experience, not only something which will be common, but something which will truly bring culture on a visible and which is an experiential platform. So, and many young people probably would not have exposed had they not visited the various villages. But we are planning to bring the entire culture from the villages into the city, so that our younger generation is also exposed. Visitors will also know about the richness of our culture. States like Nagaland have showcased culture in a very vibrant way through Hornbill Festival and all that. So we know that Meghalaya, as I said, is rooted in culture. Rooted in nature, connected to culture. We have done a lot on nature tourism, but cultural aspects also are equally important, and it's only through culture that you can truly get a sense of being immersive in the and as well as connected with the people. It's by experiencing their dances, their songs, their food, that you feel connected to the culture. So there is a village called Babadam, is also very famous for its rice brew and rice cakes. So we are also planning to recognize them as well for their unique skills in the cuisine, in the traditional cuisine. And Wakhen was there in the tradition in the earlier list last year, but it was recognized for its music, for its Sengriti. But this time we are also trying to bring out its unique skills of Thain Syria, which is also known as Thain Yarong. These are very traditional weaves which are made from plants like pineapple and also the Jirmi creeper, and it's a very sustainable fashion. So basically this entire endeavor of the Tri-Hills Festival is to connect the threads together. And we know that Meghalaya is very famous for the iconic living root bridges. So basically this festival is trying to be that living root bridge that makes culture a living heritage, not only something we read in the books or we see in a museum, but something that is living, breathing and part of the living heritage. There will be performances as well by folklore groups every evening. We have all the famous folklore groups as well as those groups which blend the contemporary with the folklore. So they will be there to add entertainment as well as to provide awareness. So this is the endeavor basically, is to ensure that as a department we not only preserve, protect, but we also promote our culture. So this is the endeavor, and we hope to we made a start last year and we hope to make it into an annual event with the second edition this year, and hopefully it will continue next year and also will be much bigger and much more vibrant. So this basically is the objective of these programs, and it's being befittingly launched in this Janjatiya Gaurav Diwas, which we are joining hands with the rest of the country to celebrate tribal achievement, to celebrate tribal cuisine, craft as well as culture, as well as to make that link with the living heritage. Not only heritage and legacy which is in a museum, but also heritage which is living, breathing, and which is being, and which the villages are the true custodians, and we are trying to ensure that they get a platform to showcase it in the cities as well. So what we did was last year we gave them a financial award. The cash award was distributed during the last Independence Day. If you remember this Independence Day celebration, Honorable Chief Minister distributed them. So follow up, first task, the first step is for recognition. Then secondly, we give them a token financial award. Then the next is to build the brand. Like here, Pynlong has built the brand as the cleanest village, or Umden has built the brand as the silk village. So these villages also deserve recognition for the very unique skills, the very unique practices which they symbolize. And they are the custodians. They are the real custodians. It is, I mean, our culture and our tribal legacy and our tribal heritage. It is alive because these villages are still holding on steadfast to these. So we thought that it's time to promote them. It's time to showcase them. So we started with this financial award. So now the next phase, once the Ministry of Tribal Affairs approves our proposal, is to also start a series of trainings, build up some infrastructure there, and hopefully take it further. Have some economic activities. So basically, these villages should also get sustainable livelihood out of these, out of these endeavors. So as Pynlong has been branded as the cleanest village, Umden as a silk village. So we thought that if we brand these villages and we recognize them for their unique cultural practices, it will also lead to footfalls, lead to economic activity, leads to training and also building of the assets. So this is the multi-pronged approach. Of course, we are just starting. Right now, it's only the recognition part. So we're just starting, but we hope that it will gain momentum in the years to follow.
Sir, if you can once again list out which are the villages?
The second lot or the first lot?
First lot as well as the second lot.
Okay. So I'll start with the second lot first, because this is going to be announced this time. So in the second lot we have Nongïaleh village, which is known for its traditional metal craft, and also age-old craft of making bows and arrows, as well as making they are the bastion of of Khasi archery. They make the best bows and arrows. It's also known for its for making locks and also fashioning beautiful old scraps, metal scraps, into something beautiful like a kind of a metal craft. Then next is of course Musto. They have revived this age-old Kneng embroidery, which was a lost art, and these patterns are actually being inspired by the movement of the centipede, and they are also revolve around very meticulous thread count and very artful needlework. So this is Musto, which is the which is the village which is known for reviving this lost Kneng embroidery. Next is Yalong, which is a small village, but it is the heartbeat of Janjatiya culture. They have a very beautiful, it is very beautifully located on the banks of the river Mintru, and also it is home to a sacred grove, and it also has very vibrant wedding club as well as Shachukra ceremonies, and one very unique dance called Nausakhyat dance, which is like the dance of the flying angels. It's like a delicate dance, which is very different and which is extremely culturally significant. And next is of course Babadam, which is famous for its cuisine, for its rice wine. Very rare species of rice grows there, so that's why they're able to make some very different rice wine there. It's a very tasty beverage, and they also make rice cakes, and also it is dotted with folk literature, and it's also a gateway and a portal to the rich Garo traditions. Then Wakhen, which we recognized last year for another thing. Last year Wakhen was recognized for its Sengriti traditional music, but this time we are also recognizing it for its Thain Sariya, because Wakhen is an artisanal treasure. So it's also known as Thain Yarong. It's a very different style of weaving, where they use the plants from the pineapple and also from the creepers. So in terms of textile heritage, it is something very unique. So these are the second. So these are the second lot of villages which are being recognized this year. Last year, of course, as I mentioned, there's Amendagare, which you want to add something? Yeah. I think Dicky, who's the director of Arts and Culture, will also add to it.
Amanda Amsagre is famous for sculpting and other activities. That is why that has been selected last year. And then
we have Larnai, which is the home of the black clay pottery in Janjatiya Hills. And this pottery is very unique because they use the clay from the rich Sung Valley, and they don't use a potter's wheel. They fashion this very unique pottery with their hands. And also they are very famous for making this Hyorane, which is the traditional pot used for making putharo and all those things. And it's entirely women driven. And then we have Pahambir, which is in Ribhoi district, which was recognized last year. This is we call it as the abode of folklore, because they are very different in the cuisine, in the way they use bamboo to cook many different types of cuisine. Then they also use leaves as musical instruments. Then they also make bamboo toys, cane toys. So a lot of interesting craft work happens there. Then Wakhen I already mentioned to you. Last year we recognized it for its music. This year for its unique textile heritage. And then we also recognize Mairang as an art district in itself, because Mairang is an area that has a profusion of various artists in terms of woodwork, sculpture, painting. In fact, a large number of their young boys and girls are even studying in Shanti Niketan. So that artistic mindset is very much, embedded in their DNA. So these were the villages which were recognized last year. Funding. So last year when we had the program, it was funded by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. So this year also, we are expecting that the Ministry of Tribal Affairs will be supporting us, because it's under this Janjatiya Gaurav Diwas, which is being celebrated every year all across India. Because November 15th is the birth date of Birsa Munda, who is the tribal hero, a tribal freedom fighter. So every year, from Ministry of Tribal Affairs, we will have this program starting on the 15th and ending on the 26th. So funding will come as it did last year. We also trust that the funding for this year will also be there from the Ministry of Tribal Affairs.
How much is it?
How much?
Last year it was around 60 lakhs plus. 60 lakhs plus. So this year also we are expecting something on the same range.
Sir, you mentioned about 3 life-size statues will be inaugurated there.
No, that was last year. Three life-size statues already inaugurated last year, because last year it coincided with Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav and also Meghalaya at 50. So these two projects, in fact there's an artistic mural in front of State Central Library. So we had taken it up as part of of Meghalaya at 50, and then the 3 life-size statues to commemorate Azadi Ka Mahotsav. We had installed it last year, and it was inaugurated during Trials Festival by Honorable Chief Minister last year, if you remember, at the site.
A while ago you mentioned about some proposals being sent to the Ministry of Tribal Affairs to be approved. What are those proposals and what for it is?
Yeah, for this festivals only.
Only for this? No, because you mentioned that a kind of token financial award to
Okay.
these things. So what are those proposals?
So the 6 arts and craft villages, last year we had recognized them with a token provision of 2 lakhs as just as an incentive. But now we are enlarging that proposal to include not only that token financial proposal, but to include training of the stakeholders, building of assets. Say for example, if a village is well known for music, then building of a hall. Then if a village is well known for textile heritage, then some assets leading to which are linked to the textile heritage part. Or if some village is known for its pottery, then something which will be linked with that. So basically it's twofold. We are sending proposal for training as well as building of the assets, and also visibility and branding of the villages. Visibility and branding, just like how Maulunong is branded as a cleanest village, Umden is branded as silk village. So building of the brand visibility. So we need to expand our. So basically these villages are there; they are the custodians, but they need a bit more visibility, training, branding. So that is the endeavor basically.
How much it is? Altogether proposal for this?
So last year we only started with 6. This year we are starting with another 6. Yeah. So there are different components. The exact figures I don't have, because there's training component, there's asset component, and there's visibility component. So the exact figures I don't have, but these are the 3 major heads.
Back to this arts and craft villages, you mentioned about Waken, which is unique for this textile tradition of Than Yarong. And in fact, we did one story with, if I'm not mistaken, with arts and craft department only. That they mentioned about Tenrong village, which is doing this, which is preserving this tradition till now, and on the verge of extinction.
Tenrong I'm not aware. I'm not aware, but
Alan may be aware.
Yeah, but thanks Ria, because in the other department that I'm looking after, textiles, we had a training on this Than Yarong also. Just concluded just before pujas. We had a training on this. So basically they are very keen from Waken. They're very keen, but maybe this other village also. I'm not aware of this village, but if they are also continuing with the same legacy, then of course we will also.
They were called to participate in the Pineapple Festival in Delhi also, in Delhi. So they were the ones who came and showcased all these things.
From our records in arts and culture, it was
Waken.
And Waken, some there is a corner of Waken and women who are very active in this. But we are also.
We did a story from this as well.
Yeah, so if you can share with me, we will be happy to also put them on board.
And then in addition to what my colleagues said, this Hidding also, Hidding village.
Yes, we are open to. We are doing in a batches, every year, because we cannot do for every village. But we are making a start. First batch 6, then next batch 6. Then once there is more momentum, then we will increase the number of villages. But we welcome suggestions. from all stakeholders, including the press.
So regarding this bamboo craft, no, you have not you have not seen here. So is there any
Bamboo
plan in
craft
the future?
we had done last year. Shken village is there. Shken, Tangmang.
Tangang.
Yeah, Tangmang we had already taken up last year. So if there are more villages which which can be included, we are very keen to sort of adopt them and to ensure that they get the same benefits.
Of course, Tangmang is very famous for that Shilia. No?
Yeah, Tangmang we had done last year.
And
Tangmang
then-
was the other village, in fact,
Yeah.
I forgot to mention. Tangmang village.
And then there is a village called Kynmaw and Kynmaw. They are famous for the small craft which we have
Yes,
seen
yes.
in Police Bazaar, no?
Yes, yes.
So they were called every now and then, almost every month they
Every
are
week,
asked to participate in
Yes,
different
yes.
exhibition in India.
Right. No, we welcome suggestions, but we can only do in small batches.
Yeah.
We can't take them all at one go, but we are open to taking more suggestions and ensuring that more benefits come to those villages, which are the true custodians, as I said. They are the true custodians, they are the true upholders of of the living, as we call it, living heritage, tangible as well as intangible heritage. I mean, now what the UNESCO says is that we have to recognize both tangible as well as intangible heritage. So this is an effort from the Department of Arts and Culture to preserve, protect and promote both tangible as well as intangible heritage.
And because in these two villages, these are the inborn thing which even a child of 2-3
Exactly,
years,
exactly.
they know how to.
So
you don't need to teach them, but
We don't
they,
need to teach them, yes. So that's why, by giving these kind of recognition and these kind of privilege and these kind of benefits and this kind of visibility, we hope that the younger generation in those villages also they hold on to those to that heritage, and that it gets amplified and expanded, because many a time what the danger is that the older generation, once they pass away, then the next generation may not be too interested. They come and migrate to the cities and they forget those priceless legacies. So by taking up these kind of activities, we hope that it will contribute towards the younger generation of those villages to appreciate more deeply all the skills and the priceless heritage of their forefathers and of their parents, and that they continue and that they pass on the torch to the next generation as well.
So, sir, did you find any such in your search for the villages? Did you find any such villages where these arts are or any art form is dying?
Yes, for example, like this Pyneh was dying at one time. Pyneh in this Mustawa village was a dying art. In fact, at one time, I think just before COVID, it was just down to 5 people, I think, who were doing it. But now, it is what should I say? It's on the rise again. It's on the rise again, and they are keen to showcase and to promote their traditions. Yeah.
So just one clarity, when you say training, what kind of training will be given by the department, or it's in the department?
So training in the sense that we'll tie up with this UN approved agencies, so that there is greater what should I say? There is greater finishing and polish to the products. They are able to present the products properly to the visitors and tourists, because ultimately this will thrive if it's linked to livelihood, right? It cannot just be a hobby or a pastime. So far, maybe it was something that provided them utility, and it was like a pastime maybe for some. But now, if they see that it is something that provides them livelihood, like for example, in the villages of the Umden one, in the past few years, they were just weaving just as a pastime. But then now you see the value of India being promoted, and the name is spread far and wide, even across the national borders, and even at the level of Prime Minister and dignitaries, they are appreciating our India. And even you can see the subtle change even in the dressing of our women in Janjatiya Hills. Now they're switching on towards India. Before it was dharas and jensens. But now wearing rindia is something which is an article of of aspiration, because it's something of their own. It's a uniquely made Meghalaya product, from farm to fabric to from farm to fiber to fabric. So it's an entirely Meghalaya product. So there's an appreciation, and also the piece silk. It's a well-known piece silk. It's ahimsa silk. So there's a lot of interest from people outside also in our fabric. So basically, like the success story of India, how it has taken a different trajectory by something that was dying or that was not too much valued in the past. But now the sense of value is there. So we want to get, so all these efforts, the festival, the programs are basically to ensure that our living heritage, number one, does not die. Number two, that it blossoms, that we nurture it and that we also make it blossom. So that is the ultimate aim. The festival is just a means towards that end.
Sir, I understand that the department is doing festivals and all, but what about GI tag? Because we have so many things which are dying, which are unique in nature.
So I can tell you about India because I look after textiles department as well. So we have already collated all our documents, and and the latest progress is that it is at the hearing stage now. By the authorities concerned, by the GI authorities. So it is at the hearing stage. From the India Producers Association, they have submitted all the documents and they have submitted all the proofs right from British days and right to the present, and it is at hearing stage because there is a complex process. They have to appear before the committee. They have to present documents. So it is at the hearing stage now. So the decision, of course, will be known at some point of time. And also, I also take this opportunity to share with you that just before Pujas, we had launched along with the NHDC, National Handicraft Corporation, which is under DONA, for what is known as QR coding. QR coding. There'll be these artificial intelligence enabled QR code machines which will be tagged to the looms so that it will help in the traceability and the authenticity of the product. Because what happens is that in big cities, many people claim that these are ahimsa products, that these are ahimsa silk products, and that these are products from the silk village from Meghalaya, but actually, and they are being sold at 3-4 times the rate. But actually, there is no way to establish the authenticity or the traceability. Some time ago, early this year, someone sent me a picture saying that someone is claiming to sell these ahimsa silk products, India products from Meghalaya at the rate of 25,000 and 24,000, and there's no way to sort of verify them. So then we got into a discussion with the NHDC, and so far they have completed registering about 500 of the of the looms. So we started as a pilot project from the silk village. From the silk village we started, and now they'll be fitting with these artificial intelligence devices which are QR coded. So you can scan the product and then you can get the traceability and the authenticity that this product was woven at that loom in Umden village. And the second stage will be that they'll be even uplinking a small video clip of that lady, weaving that. So that there's traceability, there's authenticity, and also that will help these weavers command a much more premium price in the market because it's a genuine product. No? For example, if you know that this is genuinely, like for example, this is genuine pashmina, this is genuine genuine lakadong or genuine this thing, there is a much higher premium. So that pilot project has started already in the silk village.